Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of podcast series by Spark Hansraj College, SPARCNEXUS Journeys That Inspire. So, today we have the CEO and Director at Clarissa Resorts Private Limited, Mr. Harshal Dilwali, to share with us his awe-inspiring journey and insights. Sir, we heartily welcome you for the fourth episode of SPARCNEXUS. Now,
Thank you so much.
We'll just start with the very first round of podcast, the interview round. It'd be a very short interview wherein you'll be asked some questions related to your life journey, which will provide information to our viewers.
Sure.
So let's begin. So, what made you choose hospitality as a career, and what is it that you like the most about your job?
So, if you talk about what allowed me to choose hospitality as my career was one thing, it was destiny, what I can say. The destiny allowed me to choose hospitality as my career. So, if I talk about how destiny, so if I go back in my 11th or 12th, so I was being studying for engineering basically. So, I wish to become an engineer. But approximately in 2014 13 14, my family took hospitality as the business. So at that time I was in class 11th and giving my final exams, so I had no choice to shift, but still I was pursuing my heart for engineering. But what happened suddenly after 12th, I gave two papers. I gave the paper for engineering, JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, and my mother bought one paper of National Council of Hotel Management. So that is a reputed, prestigious college of government. So she told me that okay, you give only one paper. So if you cracked and if you got the rank there, then obviously you will choose for hotel management. Otherwise, for me, I was already been selected in many of the colleges of engineering. So by the God grace, I gave both the papers, and suddenly I scored a good rank in hospitality and hotel administration. That was IHM. So that how I focused on hotel management. The second reason behind the focusing on hospitality was being the only son in the family. I have a small sister, so being the only son in the family, it was very clear that being a family business, it was I who had to run after all. So being very focused towards my dreams of achieving what I wanted to be, I always wanted to become an entrepreneur. So I thought, why not to do something which can help me in future? So I pursued hotel management and eliminated engineering at that moment of time. This was a very tough decision for me to take, but I must tell you that this journey was so much fun for me. I learned so much, and now what I learned in those 3 years, I can deliver it now. So I have given a lot to my company after learning that. So I think it was destiny more and my efforts less. I could say it was my mom and my destiny which came together and helped me in pursuing my career in hospitality. And coming to what I like about my industry is everything. See, once you enter in your work, if you're not passionate about your work, what you do, if you don't like it, then I don't think you should pursue it. So if you talk about me, I love to talk to different people, and that what our industry is actually about. I meet different people from different culture, from different locations, geographical locations. So what is so I am actually pursuing it. So I enjoy meeting them. They what they think about our property, how can I deliver them better. So that is the one main thing. Second is the traveling. So you got to travel a lot. I can explore different locations. Like, okay, this destination can be the next destination for coming up for a next hotel or for a new resort. So this is a very upcoming resort, or maybe we can go to many places for our new conferences, events. So traveling is one thing what I love to do, and I got here to do it. And the third thing is you can explore the technology and the new markets. So I can tell you one thing that if you think that hospitality is just only for the services, no, it is about the technology. How you treat the market around you. What type of market segment are you actually capturing? That is the one main thing is because you have got a huge competition in the market. And to cover up that competition, you have to come up with a new technology, with a new market, with a new skill set. So in this business, I got to learn a lot, even from my employees. Because being the youngest in the company, I could learn more from my employees who are working there for past longer time in my company, and I could introduce new traditional things, new technology to them, whether it be post-COVID or pre-COVID. And the last thing is, I'm a foodie. So, if you talk about the hotel industry and hospitality industry, of course, you cannot forget about the food. So, whether it is continental, Indian, Chinese, or Mexican, Italian, of course, this is what you are here about. So, hospitality is totally about food, and you can get to do, explore anything in this industry. So that is my love to this industry.
Yeah, so it happens as
We
we
can
know.
totally relate with your reasons for going into such an industry. That's true.
Okay, so now
Thank
moving
you.
towards our next question. What were your fears and worries in regards to the company you are leading? What was the turning point for the company? Like the point where you realized that it is doing well. What do you think was its unique aspect that helped it become successful? What is a moment you are most proud of when you look back at your time when you started as the CEO of Clarisca Group? So that was
So
the
if you talk about the fears, uh, so I basically really joined the company when I was like 16, 17 years old. So I had no kind of designation in the company. That time my parents were running it. My grandfather was the company's chairman. My father was a director. My mother was the president. I was nowhere in the company. But I started the company from the scrap. I learned everything meanwhile I was studying together. So there is no word like fear when we entered in the company. See, the fear is the word which we create in our mind. There is nothing, no word like fear or impossible basically. So the one main thing which was hindering was that the family business or the family was not into hospitality previously. They entered into the business very late. So neither they had got the skill set or had any idea about this industry. So the main problem was coming to how to make this company a huge success. So that was the one main thing. So whether the company which they are making, the resort or the hotel which they are making it, whether it will be of that standard that it can withstand the market. So that was the one main fear that was hindering us. That how can we do much better every day, so that yes, we can stand apart with the competitors. So that was the thing. But if you talk about fear, fear was nothing because we had got nothing to lose. We were very confident, and we were self motivated that yes, this is what we need to do and we will do it. So if you talk about what was a turning point in the company, turning points are many in the company. If we talk about the first turning point was the right hiring of the people. We hired the right type of people at the right time and at the right position. So that was the one main thing. So as soon as the company was growing, over the period of time, the employees which we hired, they were also growing with us. So we were trying to motivate, we were trying to promote the people who were already working with our company for over the past period of time. So this helped the company to strengthen over the period of time, and this was totally a turning point. And if you talk about me as a turning point for me in the company, yes, of course, there was a turning point post lockdown, pre lockdown, because I joined the company as full as a director and the CEO way back 5 years ago. So there was always a turning point because you see you have got lot many things to implement in your company, but the people are not ready to accept it. So the turning points are a lot, but I could see after 2018 and 2019 period when the people were almost settled in the company, they knew what to do, what type of market to capture, and everything is kind of settled in the company. Yes, that and the employees are happy with you. First of all, when the employees are happy, when the customers are happy, then you can say your company is doing a great success. And recently, we have also been chosen as the Traveler's Choice Award for 2021 by the TripAdvisor. So that is a great motivation we can get for our company. So I think that is the most success point I can just assure you.
Yeah, so it's a tough task to keep people motivated. So that was a inspiring one indeed. So now moving towards our next question. Being a hotelier and a real estate developer, what were the struggles that you have faced in the times of pandemic? As we can see, hotel and real estate are the two major sectors that were stricken due to the COVID. So what were the things that kept you motivated in such harsh times? And what were the initiatives that you have taken in the post-COVID world to again give it a start and reach the heights?
So this question is something that I have answered a lot, but I would love to discuss you again in detail now. So what happened? A person who is running a family business or who has an ambition to run a family business, he's very eager to join the business as early as possible. He is like he want to skip the studies and want to do the business. This happened with me also. So when I kind of completed my graduation, I wanted to join my company. At that time, my family said, no, you are unfit for it. You need to do MBA and then join the company. So I was very excited, very eager, and had lot of things inside me. I was wishing that as early as possible my MBA should get over and I can really sit in the office and I can deliver what it was. So this was really happening very smooth. I completed my graduation, then I completed my MBA, and it was a time now when I was really sitting in the office and I could have made my new strategies. But unfortunately, lockdown happened in 2020. So it was hardly 6 to 8 months when I was fully sitting in the office as a full-time director. So it was very hard. At that moment, I was broken because I was waiting for last 5 to 6 years for this moment of time that when I will sit in the office, when I will have that command, and when I can express myself. So if you talk about in February or March, I was implementing new technology, coming up with new technology, and suddenly the lockdown happened. So being in that state, I went into depression for last 2 months. I was like, my degree is wasted. Uh, I have wasted so much of time. Even if I have devoted 2 years, 3 years back, then I would have given much more to the company. Then really what I thought was, why not I use this time in a productive way? Of course, my parents motivated at that moment of time because my age was very less. So they said, you have got nothing to lose, but you have got everything to gain. Use that time for the right opportunity. So I understood. So in that moment of time, I did two things basically. First, I read a book called 21 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaire. So this was by Mr. Travis. So that book inspired me a lot. So there were 21 secrets when I read that book that inspired me and changed my thinking. Of course, I used to always think big in my life, but after reading that book, I thought, yes, there is something lot more to achieve. So after reading that book, I came up with the idea, why not I make 100% electronic resort? Yes. Now this idea was very unique. So I was being criticized earlier because this idea was never implemented in any of the hospitality industry previously. And my property being in an area where it is in a remote area. So technology and remote area, they are two different part of the things. And the people there are not much skilled. So getting familiar to this idea was something very tough for me. It took me 2 months to develop a website which could allow the customers to book their rooms right from their home or from their car rather than coming back to the reception and doing all the procedures of the check-in. So this reduced my manpower and this reduced the technology, the timing, and everything at that time. Earlier, I failed a lot in it. I terribly failed. My technology failed. My website failed. Everything was going shattered. I don't know what to do at that moment of time. But I had one aim. Yes, I have to do it. So if you talk in mid of July or something, I developed this website and I launched it with a news channel, India's 18. So with that news channel, I launched my website and we became the first resort to come up with this technology giving the 100% uh, zero touch point to the customers. The customer do not have to go anywhere around, and with a zero touch points, the customer can check in the resort. Not only that, I came up with a digital menu. I came up with digital payment modes and many other things. So this kept me very busy over the pandemic. And meanwhile, I was also focusing on the 3 year plan of the company, because the pandemic was the time to invest. So the people who invested in this moment of time on themselves, on the company, and basically they explored their loopholes and restructured it, they were succeeding in this. So that's what I did it. I kind of made a book where I I was identifying what are the loopholes in my company, and where I can tie those things and make my company a more better company when I relaunch it after post COVID. So that was the one main thing. Secondly, music was the one thing that made me was a good part time for me, because I love playing guitar. So I used to play guitar during the pandemic, keeping my mind fresh. Learning new courses was the other thing. I learned many courses during pandemic. So the lifelong learning, the learning which I did in the COVID period, and invested on myself and on my company, paid off after COVID.
So I must say you've tackled the situation in a very well manner. That's true. Moving on to the next question. Who is someone you look up to in your field? How do you think anyone can achieve perfection in this field? And what are some common myths about your field?
See, actually, in this, not only in this field, I admired only 3 people in my life. So one was my grandfather, who is no more. One was Warren Buffett, and the third one was Ratan Tata, sir. so,
Okay.
if I get an opportunity, I would love to meet these 2 people, Warren Buffett and Ratan Tata, sir. And talking about what skill sets a person need if they want to excel in this field, is actually their mindset. If they are dreaming big, if they are focused, hardworking, confident, passionate about their work, they're optimistic, they love what they are doing, then of course there is nothing that they cannot achieve in their life. This field is nothing extraordinary. It is just that your mind should work in a right path. So what I did was, I always had a simple style of living. So I never focused on the things which are diverting my mind. I used to be very focused. I had a clear sense of mind. Yes, I want to run my own company. So then I didn't see anything else. I didn't see that, okay, I should do this, I should do that. No. I had clear vision in my mind. I had a clear mission that yes, this is the one thing I want to do it and I want to pursue it. So with wholeheartedly, with full passion, dedication, I did it.
All
All
right.
right.
So
That's
that's
very
what I
nice.
wish in every person, that they should also keep in their mind. Yes, they should have the clear sense of direction, that yes, now they want to
Because
do it.
focus is something that's very necessary if you want to reach somewhere. That's true. On to the next question now. We'd love for you to give some insights about your college life, if you have any.
My college life was a full roller coaster. I told you previously also.
Okay.
So coming from a private school and going to a government college is totally a new atmosphere for you. And it was not only the government college, it was totally a different subject for me. So right from food production department to front office to housekeeping to F&B service to sales and marketing, it was totally kind of, you can say,
About
a big bowl of a buffet for me. So I didn't know from where to start basically. So right from my graduation college, initially it was very difficult for me to accept it. Yes, I have left engineering, now I am doing hotel management. It was a big shock for me for beginning of the 2 3 months. But initially I did it. I did it with my passion and compassion at that moment of time. The big thing was my parents at that moment of time. I must say that they motivated me a lot. They said that there is nothing that you cannot do in your life. Why are you giving up on things? So I started doing it. Then when I came into the college, that was basically the turning point for me. If you can say in 2015, 14, that was the main turning point of my life, because I started excelling in what I did. So it was not that I wanted to do just for the sake of degree. At that moment of time, I wanted to do with an excellence. So
Hmm.
my mindset totally changed when I came. But if you talk about my fun life was my MBA college. So that was totally different. Totally mindset was different. I got to experience to go to Finland with my friends. I did my specialization there, taking different degrees from different colleges. So MBA basically taught me how to become a CEO. They taught me how to become a director. They taught me, yes, now this is what you can achieve. This is how you have to face the world. So MBA was the right choice of my life, which my mother motivated me to do it. So I think this is the best thing I would have done was doing MBA. And I would recommend that everyone should experience this life ahead.
All right, sir. With this, we move on to our next section, which is called the Game of Spark. We will be asking you some short, quick, and fun questions. You will be expected to answer them in a crisp manner. It would be basically a kind of rapid fire round. One word or a phrase will do the needful. So, can we begin, sir?
Yes, I'm ready for it.
Okay, sir. So, what is your spirit animal? What is your
I'm
spirit
not, your
animal?
voice is not audible. Can you repeat it again?
Yes, sir, sure. What is your spirit animal?
Favorite animal? I am living in my resort is in Jim Corbett and it is a national park. So I have seen a lot of animals. So there is not any particular animal because I'm an animal lover. But if you can talk about, I love horses, I love dogs. So horse and dogs are one of my favorite animals.
Okay, sir. What is your hidden talent? What is your hidden
Can you
talent?
repeat it again?
What
My
is your
hidden
hidden?
talent. Oh, my hidden talent. Tough. So I exploded much way after. Public speaking was my hidden talent. I never knew. So when I was in school, I was very afraid of speaking. So when I was vice head boy and I was going to promote it to the head boy, I just got in promoted to head boy in a fear that I have to go and speak on the stage. so after after I completed my schooling, I got this inner talent. Yes, I can speak. So why
Yes,
not
sir.
I explore myself more? So public speaking was my inner talent.
Yes, sir. It's an amazing one. So, what are your pet peeves? What are your pet peeves? Like something that bothers you,
Pet
or
names.
pet peeves, like something which bothers you or which is annoying to you.
Something that annoys me. The things which are not perfect. I'm a very perfect. You can say I don't like messy things. I want to be something which is very clear. Perfectionist, which you call about. If something is like, uh, if it is not in a right shape or manner, I get very irritated about it. So I want everything to be on time, very punctual, in a perfect manner. So if the person who is not in a perfect shape or is messy, I don't like it.
Okay, sure. So, if you were writing your autobiography, what would be the title?
mm, Surely I would write one if I get an opportunity, but it will be dreaming big because nothing is impossible.
Okay, so that was a great one. So, what would you do if you had enough money for the rest of your life and didn't have to work?
See, money has never been my criteria because since I was born with a golden spoon. I got everything in my life. So money is something I don't run after at all. So since I get the money, I will first of all would give back to the society because this money is from where the society I'm getting it from the society. So that's what I'm doing it now also. I'm generating employment also from the people. I'm doing the social work also. And the rest of my life, I want to keep my family happy. I want to keep myself happy. And I want to be something contented, happy, and joyful person in my life. So there should be no tensions. So that I can do with money.
Okay, sir. A fun activity or a skill you cultivated during quarantine.
Can you repeat it again?
A fun activity or a skill you cultivated during quarantine.
One activity, very tough to say. Uh, I never used to love reading, so I used to hate books. I used to only study at the time of studies or something. So gradually, I started developing interest in reading the autobiographies of the people of different businesses, startups. So this was the one thing I really did during the time of the pandemic.
Okay,
All
sir.
right. That was a great round, sir. We come to a very last segment now. We require you to come up with a hashtag for this episode, which is a phrase that is a title for your success, a final quotation.
The final quotation can be dream big, work hard, nothing is impossible.
All right. That's very inspiring, sir. Thank you so much again for being a part with our session today.
Thank you
And
so much.
that's it here. Right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. This was very inspiring.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much.
sir.
We end the session here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.